Welcome to Mahabubabad Education YouTube channel. This is Viraya Pujari, School Assistant Arts, ZPHS Modugulagudam Kuravi Mandal. 14th chapter, second topic, who represent the people of the country. Good morning children. I am welcoming you to the second lesson in the 14th chapter, National Movement in India, Partition, Independence 1939 to 1947. Today our topic is who represents the people of the country. In this topic we have to concentrate on two important concepts. Number one, the Muslim League, and the second one, the Hindu Mahasabha and the RSS. My dear students, as we know that in 1939 the Congress ministries had been resigned and went for continuous agitations against the British government through individual satyagraha during 1940-41. At the time the British government had thought to blame the Indian National Congress, and the British government had thought looked for the ways for blaming Indian National Congress. Further, the British government had argued the Indian National Congress identity to represent the country of India. To blame the Indian National Congress, the British government had adopted a tactic called divide and rule policy. It wanted to divide both Muslims and Hindus to weaken our agitations or our struggles. For that, the British government encouraged the Muslim League and the plans of the Muslim League to bring the split among the Indians. My dear students, I am welcoming you to the topic the Muslim League. Have you ever heard the name Muslim League? Yes, you are correct. The Muslim League was the organization created or formed or organized to safeguard the interests or the benefits of the Muslims. It was formed in 1906 by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, one of the veteran national leaders and Indian Congress leader. The main aim of the Muslim League previously was to safeguard the interests of the Muslim landlords in Uttar Pradesh. So here the British government through Jamindari system or Malwari system, they had collected huge taxes from the farmers and landlords. In order to avoid this situation, they had formed one organization themselves to protect the interests or to safeguard the interests of the Muslim people. Okay. From 1906 to till 1930, the Muslim League was not a popular organization, was not a massive party. Of course, it had that full support even in the Muslims also. But later on, it had emerged a powerful political party and played a crucial role in Indian national politics. Slowly, as against to the Indian National Congress, the Muslim League had demanded the British for the separate electorates or separate constituencies for the Muslims. Why they need the separate constituencies? Because it was also argued that since the majority of the people in many areas were Hindus, the Hindus would get more chances to elect the British councils. If that is happened, the Muslim people would not raise their voice, would not bring their problems to the notice of the British government. So in order to safeguard their interests, in order to raise their issues, in order to raise their problems in British councils, they argued and demanded for separate constituencies for them. If the separate constituencies were arranged for them, the Muslim people will be elected from those constituencies and they will represent on behalf of the Muslims in British councils. The British government had understood and were that interested to create separate constituencies for the Muslims. The Indian National Congress was also understood the logic of the Muslim League and supported. Accordingly, the separate constituencies or electorates for the Muslims had been arranged in 1909 by an act called Minto-Morley Act or Reforms. Okay, thus the separate constituencies were created for the Muslims in which only the Muslim people could vote. Accordingly, in 1937 elections were conducted. 482 seats were reserved for the Muslim League. The Muslim League had contested in 482 seats and won only 102 seats. Besides to this, the Indian National Congress had also contested in 58 Muslim constituencies. Because of the Indian National Congress leaders had thought that the Indian National Congress party was not only the representative party of the Hindus but also all communities or the sections of the country. In that view, it had contested even in the Muslim constituencies. Out of 48 seats, they had won in 26. They had won 26 seats. So thus, till 1937, the Indian National Congress was a popular organization and it became the representative party of whole the people of India. Because the Muslim League had contested in 482 seats and got only 102. Whereas the Indian National Congress had contested in only 58 seats and 126 seats. But here one thing you have to understand, that the Muslim League was more popular in 3 provinces. Number 1, Central Provinces, Bombay Province and Madras Province. In these 3 provinces, the Muslim League had got majority of seats and formed the government. My dear students, here you have to understand what were included in central provinces. Central provinces includes both Agra and Awadh. At present, both are there in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. My dear students, you have to understand one thing. The Muslim League was quite weak in 3 other provinces from which the present Pakistan made 10 years later. Those were Northwest Frontier Province, Punjab Province and Bengal Province. Of course, in Northwest Frontier Province, it had got many seats and sought the help of the Indian National Congress to form the government. But Indian National Congress leaders denied the offer of the Muslim League. So by and large,
From 1937 to 1946, the Muslim League had emerged a powerful political party and got a majority of seats in Muslim constituencies. In 1946, again elections were held to both provinces and central assemblies. At that time, the Muslim League had won majority of seats in Muslim constituencies. So here you have to understand what happened to the Muslims and Muslim leagues during 1940 were the 37 and 47. Here the Muslim League had adopted certain tactics and tried to blame the Indian National Congress, and it had succeeded in that. And it had treated, the Muslim League had treated the Indian National Congress as insensitive to the needs or interests of the Muslim League. It had not taken the Muslim interests or the Muslim problems into consideration. For example, in 1937, in Northwest Frontier provinces, the Muslim League had got majority of seats, of many seats, and sought the help of the Indian National Congress, but Indian National Congress had not supported. So thus, you see, a wrong impression had been created on Indian National Congress by the Muslim League, because of it had not been supported the Muslim League in Northwest Frontier. That is one thing. And next one is that the Indian National Congress leaders imposed certain restrictions on its members to take the membership from the Muslim League. As against to this, they had encouraged the Indian National Congress members to take the membership from the Hindu Mahasabha or the RSS. So with that, the Muslim League had created a wrong impression that the Indian National Congress was only the representative party of the Hindus but not the Muslims. Because it had been encouraging its members to get the membership from Hindu Mahasabha and RSS, but imposed a ban on taking membership from the Muslim League. On that background, on that way, it had blamed the Indian National Congress and emerged as the powerful political party. Then you come to the RSS and Hindu Mahasabha. Both were the cultural organizations organized in India to create unity among the Hindus irrespective of the caste, creed, gender, etc. And Hindu Mahasabha and the RSS both were tried to bring the change in the Hindu way of lives and encouraged Hindus and declared that India would be the country of the Hindus. But the Indian National Congress had tried to generate a secular spirit among its members, and it also tried to get the support, and it had maintained the connection with the Muslim masses and raised the feeling of security to the Muslim people also. For that, it was also wanted to change the wrong impression that was being created in the minds of the people of the country by the organizations like Hindu Mahasabha, the Muslim League and the RSS. The Indian National Congress leaders had thought, and what that proposed, they expanded the feeling that both Hindus and Muslims were both are the citizen of one nation. They had not been created the variations among Hindus and Muslims. But the British government had closely observed the demands and feelings and the fear of the Muslim League about the Hindu domination and encouraged their plans and gave a little importance to the Indian National Congress and become the cause for the division of Indian subcontinent into two nations, that is India and Pakistan. So this is about the story regarding the Muslim League and the Hindu Mahasabha and the RSS. My dear children, tomorrow I will come with a new topic in the same lesson. Until then, bye. Thank you.